All right, we're in it now. We're in the thick of it.
Let's
All
go.
right, what up, fam? Welcome to the Real Mikey Fresh podcast. I'm your host, Mikey Fresh, and today we have singer, songwriter, musician, um, whatever else you want to call this guy. He's got great music. His name's Austin Speed. Welcome to the
What
show,
up?
man. I'm happy to have you here today.
Hey,
How's it
thanks for
going?
having me, man. It's going great, dude. I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks for having me on your podcast, Mikey.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I was hooked up with you through kind of a mutual friend, Sophie Hines from Home and Recovery Center. Um, those guys are getting
Yep.
ready to do an auction for their new facility they're building in Arlington, Washington. Um, Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys hear those guys, check them out. Make a donation if you can. Um, yeah, super cool. Your music, man. So your songs stay. Man, I was just listening to that one on YouTube, and
Yeah.
tell me about your music. We got Stay. Another one, Talk Like That. That
Yeah.
song's super cool. Yeah, tell me about those two real
Thank you,
quick.
bro. You got it. All right. So I'll start with stay. So I work at Home and Recovery Center, right? And I was working nights and I'm there for like 8 hours a night. Me and the person I was working with, we get most of the work done in like couple hours. So we'd have like 6 hours of the night to just sit and like monitor and make sure that everything was cool. So I brought my laptop and I was just producing like crazy because I had like a bunch of time. I was drinking a bunch of energy drinks to stay up, you know. Um, I had actually written "Stay" like probably 3 years ago, and I was living in Las Vegas at the time. I recorded it acoustically, because I record everything through FL Studio. I do a lot of my own work. I
Nice.
recorded it acoustically, and I really liked it, but it just kind of sat there, just
Hmm.
sat there for a little bit. And I was working overnights, and I had a lot of time, so I pulled up "Stay," and I was like, I wonder if I can make like a beat to this, how it would sound, So I ripped the acoustic off, and just made a beat solely around the vocal. And I really liked the way it sounded. I sent it off to my guy Nick Meek in Las Vegas, who mixed and mastered it. And when I got it back, I really loved it. The stuff like I produce a lot of my own beats. When I get them back from Nick, though, they really pop. He's a mix
Nice. Yeah.
master engineer.
Yeah.
It has a lot of meaning behind it. It's just kind of like I feel like everybody feels if you've heard the song, so I feel like everybody just feels like that sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're going through a struggle, and sometimes you just need somebody to be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Need somebody to stay, so to speak.
Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, if you have a good master and mix, it sounds. I'll say it sounds like really, really well. I mean, it's professional. Top level for sure.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah.
So FL
When I got the
Studio,
beat back, yeah, FL.
FL, nice. That's what I use too
Yep.
mainly. So did you? Is it all live instruments or did you use the program? Like samples
So
and one shots and all that, just for the drums and whatnot.
yeah, so
But
I
yeah.
just Yeah, so I just use like samples. I just made the beat from sample. Like I have a good kick sound. I picked a good clap sound. Programmed the drum, the snare, and the hi hat, and then for the bass, I like respace. The sound of respace a lot. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
that heavy kind of synth bass.
Uh huh.
So it's pretty simple. I use my laptop basically. I don't have like a keyboard. I just use the MIDI on my laptop. So I
Right.
came up with the respace melody, and then actually, so there's two respaces in that one. Um, you've got um you've got the deep low melody, and then you've got one in the back that you can't really hear, and then it's just a piano melody. Basically, there's only like three or four instruments on that whole song. Super simple.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes simple is better. I was talking with another producer a few days ago on the podcast, and we were talking about how especially new producers, they'll get in, and I'm guilty of it. I'm still guilty of it actually today. Sometimes I'll be making a beat and it's like I'll just start layering sound after sound after sound, and next thing you know, I try to
Yeah,
record a vocal over, and it's like there's way too much going on here. So
yeah. The
yeah,
beat sounds amazing. The
yeah,
vocal on, you're like, this is what sounds in
too
here, you know?
much, yeah. And so yeah, you kind of start taking things out. Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. Did you record it there where you're at? I see you got a little sound booth that you're in.
So interestingly enough, so I've had this set up for like 2 years. Um, I did record it. I did record it here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking I record because I'm looking back, like, did I record it in Vegas? No, I recorded it here, and it turned out pretty good. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Sounds great.
I have just a blue. I think it's either a Songbird or a Bluebird microphone. It was like $300. I got
Hmm.
the focus right. It's the
Oh
just a
yeah,
single one
yep,
solo, you know, and yeah, recorded it here. It's
nice.
the song doesn't have. It's pretty. The verse is pretty short. The chord, you know what I mean. There's not a lot to it, but it sounds really. Some of the songs, I think, some of the best songs are super simple. You know,
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
two verses, chorus, chorus.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
you don't have to have a 6 minute song to make it good. I mean, dude, there's plenty of good songs that are under
Right.
3 minutes. Um,
Yeah, you say a lot without saying a lot, if you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that yeah. So you got the Scarlett interface. I just actually upgraded. I had the
Great
Presonus.
man.
Uh, oh, which one was that? It was the audio box Presonus. I used that thing for years, and I finally upgraded. I have it's what is it? The Motu M6. So it's got six like mic plugins, and
Oh,
it's all
that's sick.
preamped, and it's all each channel's got the Phantom 48 volt and all. Yeah, so it was a good investment. I feel
That's
like
cool.
it's yeah. But those Scarlets and the Personas, I mean, yeah, especially if you're just getting started, those are super nice. They're good. They sound really well. The preamps in them are pretty good,
And they're super affordable,
and they're
so
yeah,
cheap. I
exactly,
think this
yeah,
one.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can get. I think I got like the bundle, right, and I got the interface. I got these headphones. I still use the headphones. And a,
Yeah.
and a condenser mic. I have it somewhere over here. And then plus like a software bundle. Yeah, it was like $150 or 200, or no, it was more than that. It was like for the whole thing. I think it was like 199, $200 or something like that. But
Yep.
yeah, so definitely a good like entry level
For
setup.
sure. I'm for sure due for an upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, but it works, you know? It
yeah.
works.
And again, like it's you can have the best gear out there, right? But if you don't know how to use it, you're gonna make shitty sounding music.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of
Yeah,
the like best songs from artists when they first blew up were like recorded with super simple equipment, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Um, God, I remember the first song, or the first time we got to record anything, right? Me and Big T and Hitman from Toxic Leaf and Diamond Sharp Records. Uh, so like, I mean, it started out like it was looking for any instrumental you could, because I mean, this was like the late '90s and early 2000s, and I mean, I remember I had the Dr. Dre, the Chronic 2001 album, but it was just the instrumentals. We just
Yeah, there you
rap
go.
and rap and write, music. Or we had this old Too Short tape, cassette tape, that there was one song on there. It had like 2 minutes of just an instrumental after the lyrics.
Yeah.
We rewound that thing and rapped over it so many times.
But
But
yeah.
the first time we actually got to record something, we had this instrumental that I got off of like, I don't know, Bear Share or like LimeWire or something, right?
Yeah.
And had a old karaoke machine, and had the record side, and tape to tape, and so we had this karaoke machine, like we had this butter knife like jammed into the record button because it wouldn't stay down, and all this shit, and like the doors taped up on the other side so it'll stay closed. I mean, hey, you got to start
Totally
somewhere,
fair.
right?
Yeah.
And so, man, when we actually
Yeah.
got recording equipment and like got the FL Studio 5 that just came out, back then, and trying to figure out how to
You guys
use
were on
that.
Cloud Nine about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were rock stars.
Yeah,
We thought for sure,
like we made it.
we made it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so Stay, and then now you have the new one, Talk Like That. So
Yeah,
your sound, man, it's I mean, you're kind of you got that pop music going on, but yeah, a little rap, and then like you mess in the country a little bit. Like you cross genre really well. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
very
yeah,
much.
Talk Like That. That's the new single that I keep seeing pop up. Tell me about that one.
So that one's a pretty cool story behind that one. So
Yeah.
um, I made the beat when I was working overnight as well. It was like the end of the night, and I was just like, when I have like an hour left and there's nothing to do, I always just would try to like throw something together real quick, you know, because I'd usually been working on other stuff. I laid down like the chord melody, you
Hmm.
know, and I was like, I really like this, you know, and usually if I thought about an 808, but I just threw the Reese on, and in the mix for the beat, I cranked the Reese up like so loud, and I was like, dude, this song hits, you know, just this beat like hits, you know, and I threw a drum track on it, and it sat on my computer for probably like 7 or 8 months. I have this cycle where like I'll create something, I'll fall in love with it, and then it'll just kind of sit there, and I'll be onto something new. I think it's pretty typical for artists, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went to Vegas for Thanksgiving. I went to Vegas for Thanksgiving to see my in-laws, and my boy Nick works in this. He works in this phenomenal studio. It's called FCG Recording Studio in Vegas. Really nice. I hit him up and I was like, "Hey man, I wanna come through and record a song in the studio because I'm always recording at my house by myself, you know." And he was like, "All right, come through tomorrow, and bring a beat, and we'll just do something." So I remembered I love that beat, and so I wrote it on the spot at my in-laws. You know, just wrote it down, went in, laid it down. It was a super cool experience, dude, because I don't really go to studios. The studio was super nice. Me and Nick were vibing. The owner of the studio, his name was Mocha. He popped in to check it out, and then he was vibing like the whole time. We spent like 3 hours working on it, and then I got it back. I got two mixes back, 2 or 3 mixes back, you know, and I couldn't make up my mind on which one to put out, and so I put out one of them like 11 months ago, and then
Mm.
last week I put out the second one, and I it kind of happens with me a lot where I get stuck on little things, especially because when you produce two, you know how it goes. When you produce two, you're kind of like super critical of everything, you
Yeah,
know, because you know how like everything everything works, and so you're a lot more critical. But
for sure.
it was just a vibe when I was in the studio, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback. I really appreciate the good feedback you gave me on that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. No, I know what you're talking
It's
about for
like,
sure, man. I
yeah,
yeah, I haven't finished the song yet. Right? Like they're
yeah,
never
yeah,
perfect, right? They're never perfect. I got tons of songs out there, but yeah, they're never finished. I'm
yeah.
always trying to
Playing back, and you're like, man, I should have had. This is a little quiet. This could be a little louder.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah, especially when you start
all
moving around and you hear it on your monitors, right? Like, oh, this is great. And then you go to the car, you're like, oh man, I need to right. That's you start hearing it on
yeah.
different
My
systems and
friend,
you're like, man, this really sucks
yeah,
on the phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
My friend, his name is Taylor. He produces, and he said this thing once, and it really hit. He was like, "Dude, these monitors lie, and it everything sounds good in the monitors. The studio monitors, it always sounds fire, you
Yeah.
know." But
Yeah. I actually just upgraded to some Cali sixes. I had like the Iris 3.5s. Came with that bundle I was talking about. Um, yeah, I mean they're hella expensive, but I mean they sound really well and they're pretty flat, so like they they're not as deceptive as like other speakers might be. So that's studio monitors when you're mixing is really important to have really have good ones.
yeah,
Um,
oh, totally.
yeah.
Another cool part about talk like that. So you heard it in the beginning. You hear this female voice that goes, "Shut up, Austin," and I'm like,
Uh,
"Baby, you getting mad?" Dude, I talked my wife into getting on there and being like, "Shut up, Austin." You know, I
yeah.
literally like had to drive and be like, "Babe, just do this, just do this. It's gonna be so sick because it goes with the song." You know,
Yeah.
so
Her
it's a cool part too. Just
yeah. Yeah, so like I've met your wife, right? Her New York accent.
yeah, New York
Oh,
accent. The whole song It's like the premise around like she doesn't throw dishes and yell like that and stuff, but you know what I mean. I kind of just took that idea and ran with it. She's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she's cool. She's a cool chick for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
no, but that just the kind of the stereotype, right, of just her accent and then what the song is about
Yeah.
just fits
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
buddy.
song. Yeah, Stay and Talk Like That, both on YouTube, Austin Speed, YouTube. Um, and the Spotify that's on Spotify now too, right?
Yeah, it's on
Both those are on
Spotify, Apple
Spotify, all the
Music. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Um,
I use DistroKid.
yeah, DistroKid. Yeah, they're good, man, for getting all your stuff out. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
should probably start uploading these podcasts and get them up there. Have them distribute those
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it'd be
Um,
awesome.
let's see, and then the song, your song, "The Bottle," like that one hit
Yeah.
me pretty. That's a good song. I've shared before on my podcast, like I'm in recovery. I'm an alcoholic, drug addict, right? And like, so listening to that song, just talking about how that addiction will just take everything. You'll give everything away for your addiction, right? When you're
Yeah.
actively using and so that song was
Yeah.
really
You don't
good.
even think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks. I'm glad you like that one.
yeah, yeah.
Got a
Tell
lot of
me,
good feedback on that.
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
that one was kind of spur of the moment too. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I feel like I'm talking over you. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're the star here.
All right, cool. I just don't want to be rude. I really don't you have me on here, you know. That one was kind of spur of the moment too. You as an artist, you can probably relate to this. Sometimes you just get like hyper inspired. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like out of nowhere. So I think it was like so I start work at like 5:30 in the morning, and this was a while ago. I'm not sure when, probably like 6 months ago. I was like I was in my little studio here, and I was trying to come up with some piano melodies, you know, and I got that piano melody laid down, and I was like hyper inspired. I was like, dude, I love this melody, and I just started like I didn't really have time to record because I had to go to bed, but I started like writing it down, and I record melodies, vocal melodies on my phone a lot, and then I'll come back and record them later.
Hmm.
So I recorded that melody, and then I came back. It's probably the next day or the next couple days. Recorded it. I write a lot while I record too, so I'll like record a bar, and then I'll come up with another bar and record a bar, you know. And I laid the vocals down, and I was like, dude, this is really dope. You know, I thought it was really dope. And so I think over the next couple days, when I could with work and like the family and stuff, I popped in and I made the rest of the beat. And when I sent it to my boy Nick, I had a really good response from him on that. He was like, dude, he's like, this, I love this song, you know, and
Yeah,
he took the extra time to kind of make it, make it what it is, you know?
yeah. He was feeling it too. He wanted to make it special for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, I really appreciate him for that. So dude, it was just, you know, when I got it back, I was like, dude, I love this. You know, feel like a lot of people relate to this. You know, and it's kind of just like my own experience too. You know,
yeah,
with drugs and alcohol.
yeah, man. And when you get that feedback like that, like I have a song called "My Experience," and it's about essentially my battle, and then getting into like a 12-step program, and working steps and kind of talks about that stuff, and I had people that heard that and they're just like, thank you, man, like that song like really inspired me to like try to change and stuff too. And I would imagine your song, "The Bottle," man, I'm sure you got a lot of feedback like that too from people that maybe still be
Yeah,
struggling.
yeah. A lot of people in recovery give a lot of good feedback. You know,
Yeah.
and which is really that's kind of like the most rewarding thing too is like having other people relate to it who are in recovery. You know,
Hmm.
and like I don't know. I just think making music is cool because people you can just show people that like life in recovery doesn't have to be boring. You know what I mean? Like you can still like do things in recovery, just like what you're doing. Like you
Yeah.
produce, you have like you have like a team of artists that you work with. You know, you got a podcast. Like it says directly in the AA book, man. Like we're no glum lot. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real, man. uh
Yeah.
yeah, for me, I'm like, man, I kind of wasted a lot of time, what I thought was making me happy, but was making me completely miserable. It was cool at first, but it
Yeah.
doesn't get better, right? I've never met anybody in recovery
Yeah.
who was like, man, my addiction just got even cooler and cooler and cooler. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Now it's like,
Work on
man,
music.
catching up.
Yeah. Like your podcast. Yeah. Your
Yeah.
podcast, music, everything you do, you spend more time on it, you get better. Like the longer I did drugs, dude, I just got worse at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I never got successful at it, but I always had this old threadbare idea that like this time will be different,
This
man.
time will
This
be
time will be
different.
different.
Yeah, for sure.
And
All right, we're back.
we're back.
We're back. Yeah, we're back here. We're with Austin Speed on the Real Mikey Fresh podcast. His links will be below in the descriptions.
Let's
So
go.
make sure you click on those and check out his music, man. So yeah, we talked about your songs Stay
Yeah.
and Talk Like That and The Bottle. Man, there's such good songs. And
Thank you, Mikey.
I've listened to probably most of the stuff that you have on YouTube. I don't know how much actually music you got, but everything I've heard so far so far is like it's pretty good, man. It's really good. I would definitely recommend it. You're like I told the last guy that was on here, man. Conclusion, I'm like, bro, you're like on my playlist, and you're on my playlist too.
Dude, thank you.
And I'm just not like bullshitting, to get viewers to listen to your stuff. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
honest, if it's trash, I'll probably either I won't have you on here at all, right?
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Pull me on a podcast to be like, so I checked out your music and it's kind of garbage, bro.
Yeah.
That's why we're on you. Actually, we wanted to talk about how shitty it is.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just brought you in here to freaking
roast you.
Yeah. Welcome to Comedy Central.
Yeah, like surprise.
Yeah, surprise. Nah. So let's see. Yeah, so we were talking about kind of recovery and and I was talking a little bit how I was in recovery and stuff. And I don't know if you want to share some of your story with us or
Dude, it's a wild story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try to keep it brief because I could probably talk for hours about this, but I've been in inpatient treatment, like rehab 10 times, in and out of detox, just couldn't get sober. You know what I mean? My son was removed by CPS, ended up living with my mom for 2 years. I was homeless in Las Vegas with my wife. We were living in the car. Couple other details too, like we had a wedding planned in it was 2018, and this big wedding in Las Vegas, dude, and we ended up not making it to the wedding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and my in-laws made it to the wedding. My father-in-law paid for it, but we ended up in treatment instead. It was one of those things where like we ran out of drugs the day of, and
right.
Everyone was there, and so there was nothing else to do but to just kind of push forward, and I hope I don't like hurt anyone's feelings by sharing that because that's pretty like serious stuff, but
yeah,
it's just lots of situations like that where I had caused a lot of what seemed to be irreparable harm to like my family and people that cared about me, and this last time, dude, when my son was removed by CPS, I ended up getting arrested. I was at Walmart with my drug dealer, and we were stealing some. I guess dude. It was a Bluetooth speaker and a vacuum, right? Which is like the dumbest.
right.
But he wanted to steal a Bluetooth speaker and a vacuum, and he was like, push the cart, So I was like, all right, because I'm on drugs. Like pushing a cart out of a store is like a normal thing for me.
Yeah, yeah.
People that don't really understand, they're like, what? But when you're messed up like that, dude, like stealing is just like that's how you provide for your habit. So I'm pushing it out the store, and loss prevention stops us. And my instinct was like, I'm just gonna leave the cart and run, because like I've done it so many times before. I'm not really like a run the dude over with the cart type of guy. If I usually popped, I would run, and drug dealer pulled a gun out of his waist and
Oh shit.
was like, "Hey man, you better get the fuck out of the way before I get this shit to sparking." And I was like, that's what he said too. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude. And
We're in
dude,
it now.
yeah, I'm like, oh dude. So he was like, Austin, push the cart. And I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a gun, dude. I got you. I'll push the cart, you know. And I
Yeah.
ended up getting arrested, and not like I wouldn't have pushed the cart anyways because I was stealing, obviously, but I ended up getting looking at going to prison for 1 to 3 years. I plead out to drug court,
Hmm.
which at the time I wasn't too stoked on because I was super, dude. I like even in jail, like I was still burnt. You know, I just
Yeah.
wanted to get out and get back to what I was doing. Unfortunately, but drug court saved my life.
Yeah.
And then after drug court, so I did 18 months drug court. Made a lot of changes in my life. You know, my wife went to California to get sober because she was still on the streets while I was in jail. And when I first started drug court, she was still in the streets. She went to California to get sober. My brother-in-law runs a treatment center. He's like part owner of a treatment center in California. So she went to
Okay.
treatment. We lived apart for 18 months, dude. And my son was living in Washington, and she moved. It took 18 months to get supervised visits. Like it was really
Yeah.
bad. We couldn't get a no contact order lifted basically until I graduated drug court. So she moved back to Washington because that's where my son was at. When I graduated, I moved back. We started getting supervised visits with my son. She got a job at Holman. Eventually, we get my son back. Eventually, I get a job at Holman. And then just been kind of doing music and the family thing and work ever since and recovery, you know? That's the
Yeah.
short story version, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That uh the shopping cart thing. Where were you at the Walmart? Where you?
Walmart. It was like a Walmart. Yeah, it was a Walmart on Bonanza. I don't know if you've ever been to Las Vegas, but
Oh, okay.
it was a rough neighborhood, you know?
Yeah.
If that would not have happened like that, I don't even know if I would be sober because I did not carry a weapon out there on the streets. I was like a super low, just boosting criminal. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't really do any crime that was serious enough to warrant prison. Stealing is a serious crime, but you're not
Yeah.
looking at 1 to 3 for stealing a vacuum and a Bluetooth speaker. But
You're
if
like
you would,
Gazelle and Friday. It's
yeah,
like I steal, I don't kill.
yeah, exactly. But if he wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have ended up in drug court, and I might still be on the streets. Like it's crazy because at the time it was like the worst thing that had ever happened to me because I was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm screwed," you know. But if I wouldn't have been in that scenario, I might not have had a charge big enough to warrant felony drug court, you know.
Yeah.
So it saved my life.
That's, there's a saying, God will do for us what we're not willing to do for ourselves, right? And that's
Right?
a perfect example right there.
Yeah,
Um, no, that just reminded me of the Safeway there at Smoky Point, right up the road from Holman, man.
yeah,
And I do heating and air conditioning, and we were working on. There's an apartment complex behind the Holman Treatment Center, and it's
yeah,
right next to that new the Amazon Fulfillment Center.
yeah. Big
And
ass.
I
Yeah,
yeah, so and I we were working there, and we would come down to the Safeway to get lunch and stuff, and we just sit in the parking lot and eat, and that's what we would watch. Was just people on drugs, like just doing crazy shit, and a lot of times we'd be watching, and all of a sudden you'd see a dude out in the parking lot or a girl, and they'd have some busted ass hoopty,
yeah,
got the trunk open, right, and just standing there. And man, you'd see the other one just running out of the store with the
yep,
shopping cart across the parking lot full and just dump that thing into the trunk. Whatever landed inside was what they were taking.
yeah,
Slam that trunk lid closed and they take off, and
oh,
and that was like routine, and it's
yeah,
like God damn, that's the lifestyle, and
yeah,
it's the desperation that people have, when we're on drugs and desperate, we'll
yeah.
do anything,
Yeah, you're in
uh,
like fight or flight constantly, you know?
constantly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people, they don't understand that aren't addicts. Right.
right.
And if you have an addict in your life and you're struggling with them and you don't understand, Al-Anon is a real good program to get into if you're not a drug addict, just kind of see where these people are coming from.
Yeah,
Um, I had so yeah, I yeah, detoxes. I've been detox. I mean, God, at least a dozen, if not. I couldn't tell you for sure how many times.
A lot.
A lot, right? A lot more than a normal person. Right? Yeah, same treatment centers. Yeah, it took four for me.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good,
and
man.
and yeah, hospitals and nearly dying.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's like I had a guy. His name's Scott, and he's works at a detox center I was at, and he's like, man, he's like, what we don't understand is our addict mind. It's like it is programmed into us, like eating, sleeping,
Yeah.
right? It's just part of the survival mechanism that's in our brain,
Yeah.
right? And it takes a lot to change that,
Yeah.
and a lot of time, and
Yeah. Because your brain puts it at the top of the list.
yeah,
This is your main priority,
yeah,
And so I'm not denying any responsibility of like
no,
things I
absolutely not.
because
Yeah.
I did everything that like led me to end up in treatment and jail and
Hmm.
stuff. But the way it works on your brain is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a survival instinct that like you have to. That's prioritized over. For me, it was like prioritized over friends, family, and anyone that got in the way. And
Yep.
uh, for me, there has to be like a sufficient substitute. Like I work a 12-step program.
Hmm.
Because it's a spiritual problem and it saved
Spiritual,
my life. I haven't. Yeah,
for sure.
it's
Yeah.
like this internal thing that we got that just makes us feel like even in sobriety, like if I'm not like working a program, I just don't feel right or good about myself or like other people see how like they see I'm doing good and people tell me I'm doing good, but I don't feel good.
Hmm.
I don't feel like I'm doing good. I like my mind isolates myself from like what reality is.
Yeah, definitely. I hear you, man. Yeah, same thing. If I'm not working my program, or I'm not, working with my sponsor, or just keeping in contact, right?
Yeah,
Like I regularly attend 3 AA meetings a week, right?
yeah,
And if for whatever reason, like if I have to miss one, or because I mean, life still gets lifey, right? And we can't always get to the meetings,
right. Because we have other
when we,
like we have responsibilities in sobriety, and sometimes like you have to miss a meeting,
yeah,
you know, but you don't have to miss
um,
a week. You know what I'm saying? Like it just shit
right.
sometimes.
But yeah, I totally am like, man, like I could tell, you know, I'll start kind of getting in my own head, or like old character defects will start popping up, which they do anyways, but then they'll start popping up a little more, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why we got to work that program every day,
yeah. Before you know it,
Uh,
I'm taking everything personal, and I think that like,
yeah.
man, like what is wrong with me, dude? Like
Uh-huh.
just an alcoholic.
Start blaming people for my problems, and yeah,
Yep.
all of it, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and it's the spiritual part of the program, like and for me, and I kind of think maybe most people that get into recovery, especially if they start working a 12 step or going to meetings, there's the whole believe, God aspect of things, and it turns a lot of people off,
yeah,
and I was the same way. I remember the first time I went to, it was like a Grange Hall or something. I wasn't in recovery or anything. I wasn't an alcoholic yet, right? Or a drug addict. And I seen all this stuff. It was like 12 steps and 12 traditions. I'm like, I wonder what that's all about. And it was like AA, and I kind of heard of what AA was, right?
yeah.
And I kind of read a couple of them, and like the second one was believing in a higher power, and and talk about God. I'm like, oh God, what's a bunch of religious cult,
A bunch of religious psychos,
Yeah, right. And
trying to
it's
give me
not,
drink play.
yeah, like, but then you find out it's not like that at all.
Yeah,
It's just believing in something. And
yep,
my thing, I'm like, well, I could sit here and say, well, I had a higher power the whole time. It was drugs and alcohol. I was willing to do whatever I could do to get it, right?
yep.
And so it didn't seem that fathomable, right? To believe in something bigger than me to get me out of it.
Right.
Another guy, this guy is a counselor. His name is Askia, and he was just like Mike, because I had been to the same detox center, several times, and he's just like, bro, like we all know you by your first name. We know when you know your voice when you call, right? Like
Yeah.
he's like, you got to put something in between yourself and your addiction, find something, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been, my passion for music, my kid,
Yeah.
and a spiritual higher power, and it saves my life, daily.
Yeah. For sure. Same. I relate to
Yeah.
that 100%. You
Yeah.
know, there has to be something to fill the void, it has to be strong enough to actually fill the void, you know?
Right. It's service work too, working with other people. That's huge. And that's so awesome. You work in the recovery center now, man. And I would like to get into that. I really
Dude,
haven't.
it's great. You should, man. I mean, you're
Yeah.
definitely you're like 1000% qualified with your experience, and
Yeah.
like they hire people with no experience, but you just have lived experience, in my opinion, is the most powerful experience you can have,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when it last, because I went to Holman, and last time I got out of there, it's like the day I was leaving, I talked to Edmund. I'm like, so when can I come apply? Right. He's like, well, get a year clean, first.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too, right? When we do go to treatment, and this is how this shit's sneaky, right? As we go to treatment, man, we're inside and we're just like, oh yeah, never gonna touch that shit again,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be a drug and alcohol counselor,
Yeah.
and nobody's ever gonna use again.
I'm
Right?
done, dude. Never. I
Done.
love that
Wow.
lesson.
Yeah. And as soon as you get on the other side of the door after those 28 days or whatever, man, you're just like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? What do I do? I forgot everything that was back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'm on my own. And
Yeah.
and it's real easy to go right back
Oh, for
into,
sure.
picking up right where you left off.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny too because I did that too. Every treatment center, dude, I'd be like, I'm done,
Yeah.
I'm so done. Like I'm never and like this time I stopped saying that.
Hmm.
Like you've heard it, it's as corny as it sounds, it's like just for today, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like today I'm gonna do the things in my recovery that I need to do that will prevent me from getting a craving for drugs and alcohol so I don't have to pick up. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about tomorrow, I don't have to worry about yesterday,
Yeah.
which is easier said than done for an alcoholic. Obviously I worry, but
Yeah.
you know, I do my best to like put the program first. Reaching out to my sponsor has been like a godsend.
Hmm.
Going to meetings too.
Yeah.
Gotta have some
Picking,
bounce this crazy shit off of.
right. Yeah. And there's somebody that knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, somebody who's
Yeah.
also crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Picking up the 1,000-pound phone, right? Or
yeah,
it's like you said, it's a lot easier said than done. But once you do it like the first time and the second time, it gets easier and easier and easier,
yeah.
you know.
It becomes like muscle, like it's like a reflex, like muscle
Hmm.
memory. Like I'm gonna pick, like the shit's not going right up here. I'm gonna pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same story you hear every time you hear about a relapse, right? It's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I was, 2 years clean, 4 years, 10 years. I got comfortable, got complacent, I stopped going to meetings. I didn't work with my sponsor. I stopped working my program and picked up or picked or used, right? And
Yeah.
that is just a skipping record in recovery
Oh,
of
dude, it's
people
every
who
story.
relapse.
It's every story of relapse.
Yeah.
If it's not, then they're probably not being honest about it.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing. It too, talking about honesty, like that's that getting honest with yourself and really taking a look what the real problem
Yeah.
is it's a pretty tough pill to swallow. Yeah. So I always say, man, I had to take this finger that I pointed out here for so long and I was so right about it.
Yeah.
Finally had to bring it over here.
Yeah.
That
And I
was
had this long list of reasons why I was right about it. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
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 Yep.
No, recovery is a beautiful thing, man. And I wish anybody that's out there struggling, to wish them the best. And I mean, get help as soon as don't finish this podcast. If you're listening, go right now. Make a
Yeah.
call right now.
Yep.
It'll be the best thing you can ever do for yourself.
Yeah.
You
It'll
know,
like
and
it won't turn out the way you think it will, but it'll turn out better than you could have imagined.
yeah, that's well said, man, for sure.
Because it's not always what we think is not always what's best for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My higher power works out what's best for me, whether I think it's what's best for me at that time or not. You know?
Hmm. Yeah. I tried it my way for 40 years. It didn't work. None of it. And yeah, you'd start giving it away and try not to control everything in my life. I could control me and that's it.
Yep.
And live and let live and all those, all the corny, like you said, corny phrases and sayings that are in the recovery programs, AA and NA, CA.
Yeah.
They're all true though. I mean, they
One
might
hundred
be
percent.
might be corny, but it's all true.
Right. That's why they're said, you know?
Yeah.
It's just the reality. Like one day at a time, like never
Yeah.
happens again, you know? Like there's a ton of them, but it's the truth, you know?
Yeah.
And the fellowship of the program is like the glue, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. And that's, going back to that higher power or God concept, right?
Yeah.
AA, they'll be like God, a group of drunks, right? There's your higher power, just the fellowship itself.
Yeah.
You know, good orderly direction, for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I am so happy with how life is today. My another corny phrase, right? My best day or my worst day sober is better than my best day drunk.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
people
man.
people knock that one all the time, but it's like if you get enough days together, you'll come to that realization. I believe because I've come to that realization too. Is that like my best day loaded, like the things on my worst day here, I still have like family in my life, my son, my wife, my
Hmm.
job. Like even on my worst day, I still have all those things, right? As long
Yeah,
as I drink or drug, and even if I lose some of those things, still my best days, my best day, my best day loaded is not as good as my worst day sober. You
yeah,
know, it's just all it's a perception shift.
for sure. And finding gratitude in anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I got a pair of shoes I can put on my feet.
Right. Some
I
people
get
don't.
some people don't. I get to be warm. I actually had a meal this morning. A lot of people are going to go all day without one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, super grateful. It's staying in gratitude. I know, especially when we are talking about if we miss meetings or like kind of start slipping away from the recovery, that gratitude just goes away too for me.
oh yeah, so
And
quick.
and that's how I have to try to combat those feelings is remembering to be grateful. Write down a list if I need to,
Yeah,
just remember that much.
yeah.
Yeah.
I relate to
Get
that much.
get out of my ego, my pride.
Yeah, let go of
Yeah.
the stuff I think I'm entitled to because of where I think
Uh-huh.
I should be at. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I would say too, like because we get coins or whatever chips, and if we are in a fellowship, we get our 30-day or 60, 90, whatever, 1 years. Um, the one that I keep closest to me is that 24-hour coin,
Yeah,
right? So that's the only one that I think really, really
that's
means anything.
the most important one because if you don't got that one, you can't get the other ones. You know,
Yeah,
you got to get that one every day. You know.
yeah, yeah. I appreciate you sharing your story.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Thanks for sharing like your recovery too. I appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how we do it, right? We work together and lift each other up.
yeah, 100%.
So we'll get back to the music now. The music portion of this podcast is going to continue. Uh, so your music videos, we talked about the bottle one,
Yeah,
that shot in the cemetery and
yeah.
with the whole thing. Yeah, dude, you told me a little bit before we came on. Yeah, tell us about that one. That's a
So
good
I
video.
thank you, man. My
Yeah,
my buddy Joshua Moore shot it on his cell phone. He has a little drone too he used. So I put that song out and He's a brother in recovery, you know what I mean? And I was putting content out. I still am, just not as much at the moment, but I was putting a lot of content out, and he was like, "Man, I'd really like to shoot a music video for you. I shoot videos, and I think it would be fun for both of us." And I'm like, "Dude, I would love that. Like how?" And I was like, "How much would you charge?" And he was like, "Dude, I'll do it. I just want to do it for free."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, that no one had ever said that to me before. You know, any like short form or long form video that I had someone else do, I always had to pay for." And I was like, "Dude, let's go." You know, and we just picked a day, came up with me and him kind of had the cemetery idea together. You know, because it's kind of like it's like a pop rap song, but it's kind of like at the same time it's got like a little bit of a sorrow element to it. You know,
Hmm.
like the recovery. So I think it took like 2 days. We spent a day shooting shots at the cemetery. There's a couple cemeteries on there, all in Arlington. You know, you can tell it's kind of like super country.
Yeah.
And and then he just finished it up and popped over to my house and was like, check it out. And I was like, dude, I was blown away. You know,
Yeah.
he just like we're gonna do another video in the future. He just reached out to me and he said he wants to do one for a talk like that too. So
Okay.
I don't have a for sure date, but hopefully in the next month or two we'll have something out for that too. But he's
Yeah.
just a super solid dude, man. You know, it's hard to meet solid people in the music industry. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. It really
I'm not
is.
even
Yeah.
like just even at the level that I'm at, it's hard to meet solid people. It's kind of like a lot of work on your own, you know? So,
Yeah.
but I'm just so grateful that he wants to be a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, man. And people want to talk and talk and talk, but
Yeah.
nobody shows up. It seems like, whether it's hey, you want to do a feature collab right on a song. Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah, we'll do a bunch of songs together. And then like,
Yep.
you're like waiting. I
Right,
got
right.
my verse done. The beat's ready. I've sent it to you. Where you at? Or shooting a video or anything. This
Yeah.
podcast, right? Like trying to get people on here. It's kind of been picking up some steam now, but um, I was having a hard time even getting my own group members to like start it up, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh
but the
yeah.
idea was there. People are like, hey, man, I'm like, we should do a podcast, and I was thinking like all of us. And
Ended up just being you.
yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, that's a cool idea. Let's do it. Let's do it, and it's like, all right, well, I guess
That's
I'm doing
awesome.
it. I guess I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
That's
And
awesome.
which is fine,
Yeah.
people are busy too, so I'm not just gonna dog on people like they're flakes or nothing,
Right.
but you're right, it is hard to get people to jump in, and work
Yeah.
together. Um,
That's awesome that you're doing it though. You know, it's super
yeah, I
cool.
appreciate it, man. I have a lot of fun doing it. I get to meet cool people and work with my buddies, and also too, I like doing the editing, the video editing and everything. So it's cool, and I
Yeah.
get to learn stuff. Um, Another thing too is like my daughter, she's 7, and like she's getting into making the music with me,
Yeah.
right? And she's so cute because like she's like, Dad, I want to try to sing, right? And so I'm like, okay. And so get the mic up and everything, and I put her the headphones on her, and she speaks, and she hears her voice, and it was just like, whoa, yeah, right. And I think that's almost everybody's reaction when they hear themselves for the first time in a pair of headphones, right? There's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
That's what I
but
sound like. Oh my
that's what I
God.
sound like. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it took her about 5 minutes, man. She was over it. Next thing you know, because I put on, she's into that K-pop Demon Hunters.
Hunters. Yeah, my
Yeah,
the same thing, dude.
yeah. It's
We got a couple
the,
bangers, but they're played out, you know, the kids.
oh God, they're
Oh,
everywhere. Yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah. So then I like found some karaoke versions of their tracks, right? And she recorded her, and she thinks it's so great. But now she's like wants to do YouTube shorts and
Yeah.
so I'm like, all right, well, you got to learn how to edit these videos.
Yeah.
So not only getting to do what I feel like is fun, I also am getting to teach her. Like, I feel like it's almost like a trade, right? Like, this is something that she could probably make a career at. And if she's starting at
Oh, yeah.
7 years old,
Yep.
like, bro, by the time you're like 15,
Rockstar.
yeah, you might be
Right.
running your own company, your
Yeah.
own like legitimate channel.
By the time you're 15, I might be working for you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Or retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
should be firing dad. Oh yeah, dad was my agent.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Yeah, I had to fire him.
Found somebody younger who's more affordable.
Yeah, right.
You're like, come
Doesn't
on,
think
man.
he's the boss.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's a good time though.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um, yeah. So let's see. You how many other videos do you have? Is that the only one that you've formally done? The rest just like still pics or the with the
So,
music or
the majority is still picks with the music. When I first started recording, it was like I believe around 2017. There's I think I have 4 videos from
Mhm.
like almost from like 8 years ago. You know, the first couple songs I put out were videos. So
Okay.
I was working with this guy. His name is Kyle Oltoff. I didn't have the home studio. I didn't produce at all. Really, I just played instruments because I play guitar as well and
Yeah.
stuff. And I paid him to go record in his studio. He had a home studio, and I paid him for the videos. And then, so that was like 2017, and I hadn't put out a video since until I worked with Josh this year. So most of them
Okay.
are just the cover art with the song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all you need,
Yeah.
really.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely cool when you get to shoot one.
Oh, dude, it was so
But
much fun. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about you got shows coming up? You do any shows or
Dude, so I do not have any shows coming up currently, and I used to. So I used to do a lot of open mics. I used to actually do some weddings before, like in between, but it was mostly just acoustic stuff and singing because I play acoustic guitar and I sing as well. So
Mhm.
I have a lot of experience in that aspect, but I haven't done that in like probably like 5 or 6 years. But at the
Gotcha.
moment, I don't have any shows lined up. I've mostly just been putting music out as much as I can with how busy my life is. You know.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't love to do a show. I would love to do one. I just don't have anything on the books just yet, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're interested, I could probably help you out getting on something for sure.
Oh,
I know a lot of people down in, Tacoma. It's all down south, like Aberdeen, Tacoma, Portland.
okay.
Um, but yeah, I know guys in the industry and they're always looking for somebody like to just get on their bill. So
But yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and I would recommend you for sure. Again, like I said, I'm like fan of your music, so
Oh, man.
um, yeah, I did see. I think it was on YouTube. I don't know how long ago it was that you had like tickets for San Diego. I was just like, damn, this guy's.
Funny story. So there's another Austin Speed that happened to me on Spotify too. So I'm not sure if it
Oh,
was through DistroKid or what. Like a year and a half ago, I went on my Spotify on my computer and it said I had an upcoming show in like San Diego, and I was like,
oh,
dude,
okay.
that's wild. Yeah, because it's for a different artist. Because but yeah, it's not me. But you're
Oh,
like, dang,
okay.
dude,
Gotcha.
he's outsourcing. Like Portland would be nothing if he's going to San Diego.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, hell yeah. Yeah, you're
yeah,
probably thinking, damn, Distro Kid's better than I thought. They're booking me
yeah.
shows.
Dude, am I manager now? Like,
Yeah, geez, $20 a year. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, hopefully this is right too. Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Um, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of Mikey Freshes out
really.
there. There's a lot more than I thought. Yeah, and I actually so like I've been Mikey Fresh for over 20 years,
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
like
like
the
I'm pretty
OG.
sure I'm the first one. So
Yeah.
I finally got the application and everything filed and for the trademark. So
Yeah.
so get ready, any other Mikey Freshes out there. You're about to get a cease and desist order.
Yeah. That's
There's
about
some popular ones though. I mean, there's a couple that I think they're more popular than me.
really.
Uh, yeah, I was pretty surprised when I filed for the trademark that nobody had already trademarked the name. I was like, damn, all right, jump on it. It's expensive, but
Yeah, they're gonna be bummed, dude.
yeah, well, but
Yeah,
it's like, well,
yeah.
I
Here's
don't
what it.
want to. I don't want to try to give myself a new nickname, and
Right. Sure.
it's this one's
Like,
that's what everybody calls me
yeah,
inside and outside of music, right? Like that's just who people know me as now,
yeah.
you know. Yeah,
That's cool. Hey, you got to trademark it, especially since you've been it for like 20 years. It's a long.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just if you want to be professional and you want to make a career like this, I mean, that's stuff you got to do. You got to own the rights to your stuff,
Yeah.
including your name, or your stage name, or uh, you know, the Mikey Fresh podcast, right? Like eventually I want to get that trademarked.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, you have to trademark everything. A phrase, if you have a catchphrase, or logos, or
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Then if it blows up and it's not trademarked, somebody could snag it.
yeah,
Find
yeah,
yourself in court trying to get the rights to your stuff.
exactly, yeah, um, yeah. So social media, what you got? So you got plugs you want to put in? Shout outs, social
Oh,
media accounts.
oh, shout outs like to people involved or myself or what?
Yeah, yourself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's basically just my first and last name. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the main platforms.
Okay. Just Austin
My
Speed.
Austin Speed, yeah. My buddy Nick Meek, he goes by Mikey made this. He's the mix master engineer. He's also
Okay.
on all those platforms. And then Joshua Moore, the videographer who did my video, he's also under Joshua Moore on all those platforms.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I have a new song coming out. I'll probably put it out in like a couple weeks with my sister who actually sings. It's called Timeless. So she goes by Zeta. It's her name Zeta. So if you guys want
Okay.
Zeta Curtis also for the
Nice.
future. Yeah, so that's an upcoming release too. So
Nice.
it's gonna
Does
be
she
really
does she have music out now, or is this like her
so
first gig?
she like me has been doing music for a really long time, but
Okay.
she hasn't put anything out in a while, but you could probably find it online under Zeta Curtis.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this release. It's an upbeat, it's a very upbeat kind of like hip hop pop rap type,
Yeah.
Could be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. She's a
Um,
phenomenal voice too.
yeah, that's got to be cool too, to be able to work with family and like that,
Yeah.
and make a song. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, buddy.
All right. All right. We're back here with Austin Speed.
What
Um,
up?
yeah. Thanks again for this interview, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Happy to do it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I had a couple questions left. I was wanted to ask you, about your musical influences and your inspirations. Who inspired you, or how'd you get into music in the first place?
That's a great question. So my dad, growing up, my dad always played guitar, you know, and my dad is musically inclined as well. Like he played before I was born, he played in like bands and stuff. And I always seen him playing guitar, and he got this. He worked at this mill for like 20 years, and they gave him like a settlement or like you know what I mean. They gave him like a bonus for working there for so long,
Okay.
and he took that money and bought like a drum set, some recording equipment, and a bunch of other things. And I started playing drums. I think I was like 10 years old when this happened. So at 10 years old, I started playing drums, you know, and I played a lot, quite a bit at home. The neighbors weren't too fond of it, but I loved it. And then I tried playing guitar when I think I was like 13, and my fingers were just not. I mean, I could have done it, but I got super frustrated and put it down until I was like 15.
Yeah, guitar's hard to
Oh,
learn.
dude, yeah, especially when you're a kid and kids like my attention span wasn't that great. Drums was easy to play because I could just beat on them.
Yeah.
But I got into guitar at like 15. I got really into guitar in like high school. I went to a church, basically my whole childhood, and so I was always seeing a worship team on Sundays. You know what I mean? I got into youth group. I started playing in a youth group when I was 15 or 16, and I played drums and guitar. Kind of they had like a rotation. And then I did that for probably like 2 years. And I started recording at home with like some really outdated equipment nowadays.
Hmm.
I had like this, it was 8 tracks, and you had I can't even remember. It was probably like a Shure, one of those old microphones. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah.
old. That like the Shure. I think it's the SM58 or whatever. Those microphones that people use live. One of those ones.
Right.
They're actually good microphones, but
Yeah.
not for studio recording.
Yeah. No. I have a couple of them sitting over on my shelf.
Yeah, they're
actually.
good. They're good for studio recording, but not they're not like a condenser microphone for vocals. They're like for vocals, they're like better live. But for a long time, I would record at home and not like really show anybody. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Record guitar parts, um, drums, vocals, write songs, um, and then I think I told you about this before the podcast. When I got, I when you know the artist Russ the rapper.
Oh,
You never heard of Russ? Okay, that's cool. Totally cool. So, I never really, I always wanted to record music and put music out, but I didn't really know anybody who was doing that, and I didn't really know how to do it. I didn't even know
right.
where to start, you know. And Russ had kind of blown up. He's I would consider him still kind of pretty mainstream. He's got a really large following. He wrote this book called "It's All in Your Head," you know, and his story kind of captivated me. I would say like 5 years ago because
Okay.
he records, produces, mixes and masters, did everything on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he kind of laid a blueprint that you don't really you can kind of do this on your own with like advancements in technology. You just need like a condenser microphone, an audio interface, a digital audio workstation, and you can like teach yourself to kind of just produce on your own. And after working with Kyle, when I hadn't produced the dude who did some of my earlier videos, um, I was when I got sober this last time, I was like, dude, I'm gonna teach myself how to produce. I'm gonna record on my own because you know how it goes. Like for because I had worked with other people, I'd recorded at a buddy's house here and there,
Hmm.
and it's hard to get people inspired to consistently want to work with you. You
Yeah.
know, in my opinion, I hit like a lot of dead ends with people. I would record here a couple times, and then like, you know, so I just took it upon myself to kind of do it on my own. And everything I know is basically off of like YouTube as far as like production, stuff like that. And there's so many, and you know, there's so many things to know. Just when I think I got something down, like some update with FL Studio will happen, and then I'll go
Yeah.
through. I'll be like, I know I remember how to do this. Why can't I do it now? And then I'll
Right.
spend all this time on YouTube lately. I'll chat GPT it, and I'll be like, why is this not working? And it's like, oh, because of this, that, and the third. And I'm like, all right. But that's kind of like where I'm at today. Like especially being a like I consider myself a family man. You know what I mean? I'm very involved with my son. I'm very involved as a husband too. And so really right now, this is the only way I can do it is from home. So it
Yeah.
kind of worked out because otherwise I wouldn't really be able to do it with like life and recovery and stuff. Um, at the moment, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
your podcast, you know what I mean? You're doing it on your own, and that's like probably the best way for you to do it at this point because you can do it when your life allows the time for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, today, like you said, with the technology and stuff, it's fairly inexpensive to get started to make a studio. I mean, you can, like we were talking about earlier, with the Scarlett,
Yeah.
interface, or I
Biggest
had
interface.
I had the Presonus, and you can buy a bundle, right,
Yeah.
for less than $500, and you have the microphone, you got the interface, you have some of them come with like Studio One, right?
Right.
So it comes with a DAW. It comes and yeah, it's just taking the time to learn it. And YouTube, man, yeah, I learned a lot of what I know from watching guys like Navi D or Bolo, or just producers on that put out kind of tutorial videos.
Yep.
Um, and a lot of trial and error. I'm not perfect by any means, but
Right.
it's come a long ways from when I started.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. You know, you're always making progress. Anytime you spend on it, you're making even if it doesn't feel like you're making progress, you are.
mhm. And it's worth it if you're serious about making music. Um, yeah, you can do it on your own time, and you're not waiting on other people and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because it gets frustrating when you're like, God, I have all this music, that I want to record, but my producer's always busy, right? Or just doesn't want to do it, or just
Everybody's always
times just don't meet up, or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Everybody's always busy, dude. That's the
yeah,
thing. You
yeah. So yeah, it's cool, and it's cool to have and and you
know?
can. But then you get to be the guy that's got all the stuff too, and people, some people want to pay you to record them.
Yeah. And some
Uh,
people don't want
some
to pay
people don't. Yeah, it's a lot of people
you.
don't.
Yeah, some people just want you to record them.
It's like getting features too on tracks. It's like, everybody thinks they're a rock star, because they recorded a song, it seems like. So then
Yeah.
they want to charge you out the ass for a feature. And it's like, well, dude, I have like way more followers and viewers than you got.
Like, dude,
why are you
like,
going to charge me $1,000 to
yeah.
give me a
You can look,
verse?
yeah, you look at them and you're like, dude, I know you're not making any money off music, and they're like, but I know my worth. I'm worth $1,000.
Yeah, right, right.
You're like, dude, I just wanted to like do some work with because I don't. I mean, I don't have a massive following. I would
Yeah.
consider my following like small. I'm grateful for it
Yeah,
though. But like, I'm
for
not
sure.
gonna. Somebody wants to do a feature, like, dude, I'll just work with somebody. Like
Yeah.
I've always kind of been of that mentality. Like, I'm not. And it blows my mind when people who are like at this level of music that want to charge. It's like not really a big picture thing. It's like a quick cash now, like not really thinking the big picture. You
Yeah.
know, in my opinion. But I get it. Everyone's got to make ends meet. But you sound like you have like a similar viewpoint with like, I'm down to work with people, dude. I'm not going to charge you for a feature, and unless
No.
unless your platform is going to like surpass like carry mine somewhere, I don't really see a whole lot of value in like paying you for a feature. Even you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I'm trying to get somebody, like Tech Nine or Ritz or somebody
Oh,
that
for sure.
people know, yeah, I'm gonna go into my pocket. But
For
I mean,
sure.
guys I worked with, uh, BJG, Big J the Great, awesome guy, dude. I just reached out to him, never met him, was like, hey, I like your music, can I send you something and get a feature? And he did, and we're friends now, and like, but his mindset's the same as mine. It's like we're all in this together. Like we're all trying to
Yeah.
make it. Let's
Yeah.
lift each other up. You
Yeah.
know,
100%.
Freight Train McConnell, same thing. All my guys in DSR. We all. That's all our goal is. We're not trying to outshine each other or nothing like that. We're trying to bring each other up. Because the idea is like, man, if one of us makes it big, all we got to do is mention our other guys. And they're
Yeah.
gonna start growing.
Yeah. You're in it together.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole thing is like the whole Northwest scene, especially like in the hip hop scene, and you know, um, because out here we're not real. We're still like on the edge of the earth compared to what people think in the rest of the country. You go
Yeah.
to like the East Coast and stuff, and I remember going down to Texas, and telling people I'm like, yeah, I'm from Washington, and they're like, oh, where at, Then I say Concrete, Washington, they're like, I have no idea. I'm like, well, you know where Seattle's at, right? Like, oh yeah, they know what Seattle is. Yeah, it's up by Alaska, right? It's like, isn't that in Canada?
Yeah.
So yeah, people's perspective of the Northwest is kind of
They just yeah, it's
far
like
out there.
we're in BFE, bro.
Yeah, for
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. We're in the
yeah,
middle of
that's
nowhere.
that's cool, man. Yeah, so your dad inspired you to get into music and was a musician.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, that's cool. My family's got a lot of musical influence in it as well. Both my grandmas, and my sister and my parents, and we're all in musicians, and
That's awesome.
yeah. What
Yeah.
about so
Sister inspired me too. My sister inspired me too. She plays and sings, and
yeah.
she used to do gigs all the time. And so, it's like the people closest to you have like a lot of power when it comes to that sort of thing.
Hmm.
That's why I try to, just like you with your daughter, I try to incorporate my son. I get him in here, I get him on the mic, I just hit record and I let him do whatever he wants, and then I chop it up and make something cool. Probably some releases coming in the future with that too. But just to get him excited about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had your kids on yet.
Yeah, I
Um,
do. I got him on one. I've been sitting on it, so it's got it's real. I think it's really really good, dude. I really love it. There's one more spot for a feature, and I'm gonna get my wife on there with her New York accent. She's
yeah, there you
pretty
go.
fire. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
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 yep.
that's awesome.
Be
Um,
positive.
yeah, what's on your playlist? Something I like to ask
Oh,
my guest.
what's on my playlist?
Yeah, what
What
are you
do
listening to right now?
let's see. I went to the gym. What did I listen to today? Um, so dude, I listened to a little bit of everything. Like last night when I was in the when I was in the shower, I was listening to some like Drake. I like a lot of mainstream artists, but I also like
Okay.
underground artists. But I listen to like some Drake. I was listening to the story about Lil Wayne today when I was driving to the gym. His story is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He got a lot of bangers. I listen to a lot of Fleetwood Mac as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I know like not everyone feels this way, but I kind of like gravitate towards more of like a mainstream pop rap sound. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, there's
Um,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll throw on like some Polo G at the gym, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, judge me if you want, but Doja Cat's got some pretty fire songs.
Doja. Yeah. Doja.
There's some
Yeah. I
bangers
like.
out there. You know what I mean? Some bangers.
I dig Doja Cat for sure. Yeah. Doja
It
Cat.
all depends on
Uh,
what I'm feeling. You know?
yeah. Yeah. I like listening to talking about female artists like Megan the Stallion. I remember listening to Megan the
Oh,
Stallion before she was even popular. Um,
dude, bangers.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Uh, um, oh, who was the other one I was just thinking of now? Lotto. Man,
Well, yeah,
she's gangster as
I
fuck,
do.
man.
Yeah, one of my friends from work put me onto her, and I was like, "This is pretty fire, dude. This is
Yeah,
hard." Yeah,
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 yeah. That's awesome. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I feel you, dude. Mixing genres, and I mean, that's
Dude, I throw on some Morgan Wallen sometimes. I throw on some country sometimes. I kind of like the country like hip hop thing he's got going on. You know,
yeah,
like the country rap. You know, I
yeah,
vibe to that. I like old Post Malone. You know, his new stuff's cool too. But yeah, kind of like that mainstream sound. You know, probably
yeah,
I like it probably the same reason everybody else likes it. You know,
yeah, yeah. Jelly Roll, he's one I listen to a
Jelly,
lot.
dude, Jelly Roll's
Yeah,
super fire.
yeah,
You know, super
uh,
fire. He really pulls on you on an emotional level too.
yeah, yeah.
Jess,
Morgan Wallen. The last podcast I did, conclusion. Morgan Wallen was on his playlist too.
yeah, yeah,
This guy's a total, conclusion biker rapper. He's like, oh yeah, this country guy. He's like, fuck, I just been bumping the shit out of this guy,
yeah,
lately.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, our musical influence can come from anywhere, so why not listen to everything, dude? I listen to AI stuff. Um, I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, right, and he's
Yeah.
been talking about AI, and he always brings up this AI like 60s version of um 50 Cent's oh what song is that? Many Men, right?
Oh,
Many
man.
Men, right? And he'll put on this 1960s version, you know. And dude, it just blows you away. It's so good. And it's all AI, yeah.
Like this is crazy. How is
Yeah.
this so good? Like I feel bad for listening to it because nobody really made it, but
Right.
just got it down. You know?
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
cool. And
I've heard some cool AI stuff like that too, where I'm like, this is incredible.
yeah, it's amazing. Well, I mean, it can take every perfect pitch and sound from any singer or whatever, ever that's ever been
Yeah.
recorded. It puts it all together and makes like a perfect sound.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've been messing around with Suno AI a little bit in producing because my theory is like I can either be against it and fight against it, or I can go with it and use it as a tool, right?
Yeah.
And I always think of like a lot of people have a perspective of AI like, oh no, it's bad or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's the devil.
people thought the same thing, about the train, or a
Yeah.
car or an airplane. Oh, we're all gonna die. With
Yeah.
train. People built a train, and we're going 30 miles an hour, and people are freaking out like we're not supposed to go that fast. I feel the same way with AI. It's gonna
Yeah,
come and it's gonna happen whether I like it or not. So I might as well jump on board.
yeah, for sure, man. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The machines, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's some of the videos and stuff. A buddy of mine on Facebook. I've known him since we were in high school, and I don't know, like the last week, I don't know what he's using, but he's been popping up these videos and it's him, it's AI, right? But it's, it looks just like him. He's like sitting in the living room, and he did this Christmas one, and the Grinch comes out and like steals his, food or whatever he was eating. It was hilarious, and it's like, man, that's so cool,
Yep.
and it kind of makes me want to do more with it, inspired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've heard Suno is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suno is amazing. Yeah, I watched Ritz. I follow him, and
Yeah, he's dope.
he did this just like a reel, on Facebook, and he's just like, let's not be so serious, right? And he's all makes this little song for his sister with, I think he was using Suno probably, and he just like he's got his phone and he just like sings these funny lyrics about her getting an STD, which is pretty right.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hits create, and then it's this dope song about his sister, and yeah, and it's the music's great, the lyrics, the singer in the song sounds great. Yeah,
That's cool.
it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Everything's like perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
It took no human effort, and it's like perfect.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's real easy to cheat. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. I think we.
That's scary, kind of.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets scary.
my buddy sent me a song that he made on Suno, and he just told like the theme of he wanted of the song,
Yeah,
and I listened to it, and I was like, dude, this sounds perfect. Sounds insane, and I'm like, that is insane.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Like, dude, if this was a real person, they'd be a superstar.
Oh yeah, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
you should start a distro kit and upload this, and just put your face on it.
Right.
Don't do any live shows, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Only in studios. Wear a mask.
Yeah.
Just make some persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie, what is it? Willie Vanilli? Is that
Willie
group
Vanilli.
Yeah, Willie Vanilli, that shit. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What's Austin Speed got coming up for 2026?
2026. So right now I've got like 3-4 songs that I'm ready to release. They should be coming. One will probably be coming next week. A little bit of variety. One with my sister. One coming next week. It's going to be called Wide Open. It's more of like a heartbreak kind of piano ballad. I'm pretty excited about that. I'll probably release a song with my sister on it following that, and then I'm going to try to keep putting out a song like every couple weeks throughout 2026.
Just singles, or you got an album planned at all, or
So I have toyed with the idea of putting out an album. So the idea that I subscribe to is that if I put out singles, if I put out a whole album, if I put out like say 12 songs, and since I have a very small following, the first 3 songs are probably going to get the most plays, right?
Right.
So I'm going to check out the first one will for sure get the most plays. They'll check out the first one, They'll probably check out 3. Maybe a couple people will listen to the entire thing. But if I put out one song, the chance of it getting heard is probably greater than an entire album. So I'm just going to keep releasing singles until I get some more traction. That's been my philosophy. It's not my own idea. That's kind of what Russ and some other artists have done.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, really. Because if you're only, like you said, the first maybe 3 songs are getting played,
yeah,
then the rest aren't. That's also going to mess with an algorithm, on like Spotify and or Pandora and stuff.
Yeah, if you have like a massive following, like if you're a major mainstream artist, the whole album is going to get played.
Yeah,
he really knows who you are. And, unless you, this is the opinion I subscribe to. Unless you have like a lot of traction, the odds of getting one song heard is way greater than getting 12 heard.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do them one at a time until I get more traction.
I feel you. Yeah, that makes sense. I've never thought of it, that way. Just always kind of seemed like that's what you do, right? Is albums,
dude, and that worked for years, and it still does work. I think it just works for people who already have a pretty big audience, because like albums have always been the way to go. Like I don't even think singles were a thing like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, until like
you could get them, but it was like a CD, right, with one song, and it'd have like 4 versions on it or whatever.
Yeah, it was a single off of an album, probably.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean this day and age, right? Like, who's buying an album, really?
Right. All the revenue comes from like streaming sites. You might get some serious fans who might actually buy the physical. Like you might make physical copies and get serious fans, but I feel like the majority of the revenue is from streaming sites. And Like, I mean, if you see like an album release for like a mainstream artist, the majority they look at like how much did you sell like first month. You know, that's always the biggest. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's how you can tell if an album is hot or not. It's like they sold 100,000 units first month. You
Yeah.
know, or like when, now all those units are coming from they're like translated from streaming sites. You know,
Right.
like actual physical units. It's like they calculate how much streams it got and what it equates to in like units.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like back in the day. You're not going into Sam Goody and rifling through CDs, or
Yeah. Yeah.
vinyl's coming back a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
not enough,
Vinyl.
not enough to, I think, for a small artist, to try to put stuff on vinyl. So then you got to
Right.
try to get it distributed right to shops, and that's a whole different, ball game.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I mean that's, if you're doing a show, have a couple CDs or whatever if somebody wants to buy them. But
Yeah, that would be a good time for CDs, I'm sure,
yeah,
just like, hey, I went to the show and I bought it. The show was really good, so I bought a CD.
mm-hmm,
And maybe this guy will take off someday and I can be like, hey, I got the CD at one of his like early on shows. How cool is this?
right, yeah,
More like a collector's item now. I mean, my car's a 2011 and it don't even have a CD player.
yeah. Like my PC. I don't have a CD player. I had
Yeah.
some guy ask me the other day because he'd just met me, and he's like, "Oh, you do music? Like, can you bring me a CD? I'll buy it." And I'm just like, I don't even have a way to record a CD,
Yeah.
or burn one. I'm like, don't you have a phone?
Yeah.
Right.
Can I just send you a link?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy's like old, he's just like, probably doesn't know what a link is. It's like in
Yeah.
his 70s. He'd
So like,
probably hear my music and be like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, he's got a phone. It's a landline.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's
um, oh, yeah. So, do you have merch? Do you got Austin Speed
dude. So at the
t-shirts
moment,
or anything?
I feel like this has been a work in progress for a really long time. I currently do not have any merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I subscribe to the idea that like merch is very important and I need to get some merch going.
It's real easy to do. You don't have to have a bunch of shirts at home or in warehouse, man. So we actually put our stuff on. It's threadless. So our site's diamondsharprecords.threadless.com, right? And
Yeah.
all we do is give them designs, and then that's it. And then they, make it to order. So when people order, say they want a Austin Speed shirt, Mikey Fresh shirt, they just go on there, see the design they want, click on it, pick a shirt. You can get, just a regular tee, or you can get like a nice soft cotton or tank top, whatever. And they do everything, man. You can get a shower curtain. You can go on there and get a Mikey Fresh shower curtain.
That's so
Skateboards,
dope.
they got everything, right? And
What's it called?
it's threadless.com.
You mind if I steal that from you? You mind if I borrow the
No, go for it's for everybody. Yeah,
thank you.
that's where we put stuff on, and yeah,
Threadless.
they make all the stuff. They have, you go on there, pick what logo you want, what color. If you're on there to buy something, and then put it in your cart and order it, and then couple takes about, I'd say 7 to 10 days
That's
to
not
get
bad.
your stuff. Yeah, and it comes in, and bam, there you go. And then they split. They got a pretty good split with the artist, right? So like, I think if I remember correctly, it's like if you sell a t-shirt at $28, like you would get $10
Okay.
per shirt, right? We
Yeah.
don't sell them that expensive. We'll sell ours. I think our price is usually like, it's like $21.95, $22.
Yeah.
Um,
Just to get your name out there, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I get shirts. Well, and then they have sales a lot of time too. They'll give you promo codes, and you can give the promo code out, and then their t-shirts are $12 or $14, whatever.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, you got shipping and handling on it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've bought in a few. Well, we had that sale going on. It's still going on until tomorrow, the 3rd. T-shirts are $12 right now.
Dude, that's awesome.
And
That's a
so
that's really that's
I bought a bunch of them, and I've just been like giving them out.
that's cool.
Yeah,
It's got to feel good seeing people wear your
it
brand, you know?
is. Yeah, it's really cool. And when you see people, wearing your brand, or you hear a car drive by and your music's playing, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's a good feeling when, especially when someone comes up to you, and they're like, "Hey, man, I heard your music. It's really good." And you're like, "Wow, that's crazy," you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's awesome.
Dude,
That's
you know what I thought of? Like, imagine getting all your like your logo and everything, and being like, "Merry Christmas, family," you know?
yeah,
My
yeah.
family
I
tonight.
thought about that, man. I can't lie, and I was like, God, I would probably be a pretty big asshole if I did that. But I'm sure
Yeah,
they would appreciate it. I get a lot of support, so they'd probably think it's pretty cool. But
yeah.
I think I'd feel like
They're like, "Is he a narcissist?"
exactly, yeah. I'd be like, boy, look at the head on
Yeah,
that guy. Just
yeah.
how do I fit through doors?
Yeah, you're like, what a marketing tactic,
Yeah,
forcing everyone to wear stuff via Christmas gift.
right. I haven't been ashamed to not announce it as a non non AA related, you know, uh
Yeah.
announcement. I'm just like, well, I did actually. I was, this month, because I was trying to help out Holman, right? So I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not gonna not say anything. I mean, hopefully these people will go on there and buy some. So, because at meetings they'll ask you sometimes if there's any non AA announcements that you want to make, and so I'll
Oh, totally.
plug the
Yeah.
website. You
Yeah.
know,
Nothing wrong with that, man. That's the whole
nah.
point of the
So
non-A related announcement, you know?
right. Well, and
You
they
get
knew what it was going for too, so they're just like, shit, we'll help out. So hopefully I sold some shirts from that. But yeah. Yeah. No, it's cool, man, to see you, like you said, your brand, somebody wearing it. Especially when
oh,
it's somebody you don't know.
oh, dude, that's got to be like one of the most amazing feelings.
Yeah. Like, wow.
That's me, dude. That's me.
Yeah, well, and it's for me it helps, stay driven,
Yeah,
or
motivation.
when somebody asks you for an autograph at a show, it's like, "Oh, damn, really? You want my autograph?" Really?
Like, are you
Are
sure
you
you got the
sure?
right guy? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't even the featured person up there. I was an opening act.
You're like, I'll sign whatever you want. You got a shirt? I'll sign your pants, sign your hat.
Yeah.
Like, you
Um,
seem way too excited about this autograph.
yeah, right. You ever get to work with any bigger name artists yet, or maybe not work, but like open or
Let me think. Um, dude, I haven't.
no?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
Um, I believe, I believe my mix master engineer Nick. He's worked with some artists. I can't think of any names though. You know.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I hope to. I would love to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you'll
would love.
get there. Start doing shows, man. You'll open for somebody
Yeah.
for sure. I got to open for Twista,
You did?
and that was dope. Yeah, that was like
That's
that's been
awesome,
like the highlight of my career so far.
dude. That's a big deal.
I didn't get to meet him, right? But it was still, I'm like, dude, I got to see the ticket, my name's on there, and he's the head. I was like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
He
You
didn't
know,
meet.
huh?
He didn't meet you.
No, I didn't get to meet him. I probably could have. I ended up having to leave because I mean I went on like first. I was like first or second or whatever. And I mean the show was like 4 hours long. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was at Tony V's garage in Everett,
Oh, that's cool.
and I ended up having to dip out early. So like he did his set like halfway through his set, I had to leave, and so but I probably could have met
Yeah.
him, if I stuck around.
Dude, I
Um,
feel like I was like an opener, and I was like, I had if I was a famous artist, I feel like I would want to meet the people opening, you know. But
yeah,
they do that all the time, you know. I feel like it would just be cool if you're like a mainstream artist that everyone's heard of to just be like, hey man, like I'm so and so, thanks for opening for me, you know. Just
yeah,
like, but then again, I don't know what it feels like to have that
yeah.
level of
Well,
status.
I do know a bunch of the people that were openers for that show did get to meet him. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
BJG, he was one of them. Uh,
Cool.
and then no, so Toxic Leaf, they're part of Diamond Sharp Records, right? And they've opened for a lot of people. They like Do or Die, and I want to
Oh,
say
that's
they
cool.
did one for Big Chris Calico.
There's Calico. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and then they did one at El Corzone a few months ago. It was a Ritz show,
So like pretty much,
and
they're all from Strange Music, right? Strange.
well, Ritz used to be. I think he does his own deal now.
Cool.
Um, yeah, Do or Die. They do their. So they're with Twista or used to be.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, they've gotten to work and meet, some pretty cool people. Actually,
That's awesome.
so we had like our own line of hot sauces and barbecue sauces,
And that's
and
cool.
so when Big T and Hitman they met Ritz, they gave him one of our hot sauces, Toxic Leaf hot sauce, and
That's
so
sick.
Ritz he does like cooking videos that he'll do like reels right on Facebook and stuff and YouTube. And there's been a few of them he put out there, and there's the hot sauce like sitting on his table, and you can tell he's using it because the bottle's like half empty. So
Dude,
like,
that's awesome.
I've been like, dude, you guys need to ask him if he needs a refill on the hot sauce. Like, let's let's get,
Yeah, we'll give him one. You're like, dude, Ritz
yeah,
is
send him a
hot sauce.
case, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's
it'd be
cool.
cool. I mean, if that could be just an introduction to building like some kind of a professional relationship, down the road,
Oh, for sure.
you know?
Yeah, maybe who knows? Maybe it's his favorite hot sauce, and he's like,
Right. Yeah,
figure
you
out
don't
where to
know.
get more of it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
that's cool. No, it's like I said, keep at it, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you like I said, man, your music is awesome. You're on my playlist, talking about who you're listening to right now. Yeah, you're definitely on mine
Thanks,
um
dude. Thanks a
at the
lot.
moment. Yeah, I want to thank Sophie too again for bringing you to my attention and getting us
Yeah,
together. That was cool.
yeah. Sophie's great, dude.
Yeah.
She was like, reach out to him, and I was like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's super cool, man. I'm super grateful I got to be on here with you.
Yeah. Right, man. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Check him out again, Austin Speed. Check him out on YouTube and Pandora, Spotify, all the platforms. Um, yeah, can't think of anything else.
Awesome,
Any last minute things you want to get out there?
dude. I just wanted to thank you. Thank you for having me, Mikey. I really enjoyed being on your podcast, and I'm excited to see you succeed, man. You're doing amazing things in recovery and on your podcast, and I just with music as well. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And you're definitely welcome back, man. It's been a good time.
Awesome, thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
for sure. All
All
right,
right,
guys. Thanks
all
for
right.
watching.
Yep. Take care, brother.
Peace out.
Peace out, man.